So I've been in the market to get a new car for a little while now. And the car that really caught my eye was the Tesla Model 3. The Tesla Model 3 is one of the most talked about cars right now. I mean, the car can pretty much drive itself and it looks really cool. Why wouldn't I want it? So I decided to rent a Tesla for the day to see if it was worth the price. At the end of this video, I do end up buying a car. So stay to the end to find out what I picked. So the car I rented was the base level Model 3. This is really the cheapest Model 3 you can get. Overall, it's really sleek. I love the way it looks. A lot of my friends weren't sure if it was an S or a Model 3. If you're not super familiar with Teslas, honestly, it's hard to tell at first glance. The interior is very minimal. I thought it was a little too minimal at first, to be honest, but it really did grow on me. So I'm no car expert, but I have been in a lot of cars that are within a similar class and price range to the Tesla Model 3. And I will say, in terms of aesthetic, just the build quality, it felt definitely up to par to those. Plus, how can you not love this all glass roof? I think this looks so good. So we have the campfire on in the back, and now we have the back seats down all the way. So you could actually like just lay down here and look up. Just sunroof, moonroof, what do you call it?
It's more than that. It's like the entire roof is just glass.
Yeah. Did you bring the marshmallows?
Yeah, man, let's make some s'mores.
Good.
Round them up.
And this car has so much storage. Like, everywhere you look, there's storage. All right, so this is the frunk, or the front trunk. But, yeah, it's like a nice little extra storage space because, you know, there's no, like, engine up here. So, honestly, that has the key card in it, so that almost locked. What I didn't realize here is you actually can unlock the car with the Tesla app, so no worries if you lock the key card in the car. It's just awesome because I can totally see myself doing that. In terms of aesthetic though, this car is awesome. I love how it looks. It's beautiful.
Who needs wings?
I really like these headlights. They're really sleek. They have that nice like LED. Now the real reason I was looking at this car, autopilot. We have to test out the autopilot because this is a big thing. If it seems sketchy, then it's just game over. I don't want the car. Okay, we're gonna put the Tesla autopilot to the test against LA traffic. So we're putting it on here. Let's see if it can do this.
God, and we're merging.
Honestly, wow.
Wait, it's
cruise not available. Okay,
oh shit,
yeah.
oh shit.
It got confused. Okay, so good to know. It's not so good with the on-ramp. This was a bad example because it was really a tight turn. You probably shouldn't use autopilot when you're merging onto the freeway anyway.
So right now, what's our speed?
We're at 57. I'm just gonna put it in autopilot. Let it stay in this lane. I let it do like oh, see now we're stopping and this freaks me out a little bit. But see, it sensed it.
It knew
no, I don't know.
I know, same.
I don't know.
It's something to get used to.
So in the beginning of the day, I was still so skeptical of the autopilot. Like I would totally brake before I even gave it a chance to. I mean, it's nerve-wracking. You're going 60 miles an hour and just trusting the car to stop for you. But you'll see as the day goes on, I got so comfortable with it.
2 hours later.
So it's an autopilot right now?
Yeah. Oh no, it's slowing.
That was good.
And it did it at enough distance and like gradually that it wasn't scary.
I think it's because it knows we're on the highway.
But it's really
cool,
right?
Shelby.
I like it.
Oh man.
And the seats are warm right now.
I'm gonna turn my little seat warmer on.
Right.
I will say, when you said like the first time you were in it, you're like, it's too minimalistic. There's nothing on the dashboard. There's nothing on the...
I didn't like it at first. I at first thought the touchscreen was annoying because you have to look, but like you kind of don't. Like your corner of your eye, you're like, all the buttons are really big. One of my favorite features of the Model 3 is that you can set a driver profile. So if you have multiple people driving the car, it will automatically switch to everything they like it adjusted to. Let's say I have, you know, my Shelby mode, like when I'm normally driving the car. But then I can have it in my kind of lazy mode. So we're gonna call that Shelby. Yeah, we'll just make a profile for Shelby. And let's say Shelby really likes to just use autopilot. You're gonna adjust the mirrors how you normally would. You can move the seat how you like it. So let's say Shelby mode, I'll lean back a little more than I normally would. I would never use this mode. You can adjust the steering wheel, so let's just put it down. And I'll show you guys, we go back to normal Shelby driving mode. It's all good. And into Shelby. And it just adjusts everything like that. So it saves you a bunch of time. I mean, honestly, the stuff only takes like a minute anyway. It's just a cool feature. We're definitely gonna come up on some stopped cars here, so we'll see how it handles that.
Right now it's on autopilot.
Whoa, I feel like it was, okay, yeah. So now it's gonna, okay, it really did that early enough that like it wasn't sketchy. I say the same thing every time. Yeah. I'm always like, oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. But like I have a moment where I'm like, I don't know. Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's good.
This is the future. That's what's so scary. Like, it'd be crazy to me if someone even had this car for like a year and they were used to this, like completely used to it.
They got bad at driving.
Yeah,
they rented like a normal car and were like, I don't know how to drive.
Oh my God.
I think that honestly you will still, sometimes you do want to drive. Like sometimes I prefer it.
Yeah.
But there are definitely a lot of times where I don't.
Especially in LA traffic.
Yeah, pretty much only do some autopilot.
It literally shows you like what cars are next to you. How does it know?
I'll let it change lanes. Let's see how it does here.
This is terrifying.
Why is it really taking its time? There we go. It just did it.
What the heck?
And now it'll slow down. I'm not pressing on the brake. What? I didn't press anything. Dude.
We're just so wired to obviously hold their steering wheel. Like I just would be freaking out.
You're still supposed to hold it. I was just doing that so the vlog.
I mean, Jeffree Star full on does his makeup.
Car's braking really hard right now. That was scary.
I saw that. He like does not give an F.
So you guys can really see here that as the day went on, I got way more comfortable with the autopilot. I thought it was a great feature and I would totally use it day to day, both on the freeway and on surface streets like this. It does leave a weird amount of like room with the other car. Then when the other cars start going, it senses that and starts moving on its own. I didn't even touch the gas at all. And I will say I had it on a following distance of like 4 cars, so it's a little laggy here. But if you put it on 1 or 2, I'm sure it would react faster and just start going as those cars go. Another concern I had for the car was charging. I assumed that it would be really expensive to install a charger to my house and that charging it elsewhere would just take forever. So I decided to see for myself. First, I took it to a supercharger and charged it there. The car is charging. Luckily, all these supercharger spots are at very convenient locations, like they're at malls and stuff. So I'm gonna go inside the mall for a second and just leave it charging. Right now, it is 1:35. So I walked into the mall, got a taco, got some iced coffee, looked around, and then I came back to see just how much the car had charged.
20 minutes later.
Okay, I didn't look at the screen yet, which is really hard because it's huge because I wanted to be surprised, but it's at 180 miles. Whoa. Only 25 minutes and it got 104 miles. That's actually really good. So I'm back in my Civic now. I drove the Model 3 around all day and I really liked the car. I really did. But it still is a lot more expensive than the other option I'm considering, a 2017 Audi A4. The Audi runs around $25,000 for a used one, while a Tesla still like $40,000. However, some things to take into consideration. With a Tesla, if I got it before July 1st, you get $6,000 back in tax incentives. Additionally, you save a lot over the years on the price of gas. Tesla estimates it's between $4,000 and $5,000, especially living in California. I probably would save about $4,000 or $5,000. Another thing, if I bought a used Audi, it would have maintenance issues somewhat soon. That's just an expense the Tesla wouldn't have for a long time because it's a new car with a really good warranty actually. But in the end, the Tesla is still the more expensive option, and I really do love both cars. So I think the best thing to do is just think about it for a couple days and then come back and decide.
3 days later.
So I said at the end I would show you guys the car that I ended up buying, and drum roll please, the car I bought is the Tesla Model 3. I mean, I feel like you could tell during this video that I was like falling in love with the car. Now, no time to waste. I need to get this thing before July 1st so that I get the federal tax credit. So let's order it. Design your Model 3. Okay. I don't drive a ton of miles. Like I don't have a really long commute, so I'm totally fine with the standard range. Plus, looks good to me. Select color. I like both the black and white. I would say equally, so I'm just gonna go with the black. Select interior. I'm just gonna go with the black interior. I think the black looked fantastic too, so. Autopilot, obviously. Full self-driving, it's not available yet, so we will cross that bridge when we get to it. And payment. Oh gosh. You see how easy it is to order? You can just use a credit or debit card saved to your computer. So this part we're not gonna put in the video, but yeah, I'm typing it in and I'm about to place my order. But I'm still just like, I'm gonna place order. It's loading. Oh, what? This is what it says? Order complete, haha, yes. Also, I'm sure some of you guys are like, why even get a new car? Or I am sure I'll get some comments saying I'm spoiled for getting a new, nicer car. The spoiled thing is just ridiculous. Like, I've bought every car I've ever owned, and I'm not like some 16-year-old getting a Tesla. Like, I'm 24. I've done the whole bad first car thing. My first car had manual locks, manual windows. It only ran for a year before the mechanical issues were so bad, it just like died.
Okay, listen to our crazy car. It's gonna be so loud.
Boom! But I love that car. I think that having a really bad first car is a great thing because then everything else feels nicer. And like I said, even that car, I split it with my sister. We each paid $1,500 with the money we made when we were like 14 and 15 making YouTube videos. Like really just saved all we could and worked hard on it and bought that car. Then we have my current car, a 2013 Honda Civic. Even my most recent car has been very practical because I didn't want to waste the money on a really high insurance premium. Really, this car has been just fine. Like it's done the job. It has everything you need. It has Bluetooth, power locks, power windows. It's certainly better than my first car in every way. I really only have a couple issues with it. One, I've realized I just do not want a coupe anymore. So you have to climb in, you have to move this. It's just really annoying. Like, no one wants to do this. And two, this is a very small thing, but oh my god, the zigzag print interior in this car, like, what is this? It's very 90s. I think it's awful. Once I turned 24 though, my insurance dropped significantly. So I decided this was the time to finally upgrade my car. I feel like I just had to put this in there because I know I look young and hopefully no one thinks I look 16, but who knows? I'm buying this car myself and you're welcome to do the same with whatever car you get. I will probably make some kind of video when I actually get the Tesla if you guys want that. Yeah, comment down below what your dream car is or what your favorite car in general is, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! I wonder what it would do if I didn't apply force. Like, should we find out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let it do like a nice, like, longer.
Will it warn you?
Oh.
Okay, so you're not on it.
It's probably gonna beep at me, huh? It's getting faster.
It's blinking blue at you.
It's like I want a siren. Okay, unavailable. For the rest of this drive?
Whoa.
What?
Oh my god, you got grounded.
Go to your room. It's just weird to say like,
so
oh,
weird.
I'm gonna go charge my car. This is a roller coaster. Do you want
Like, should we go find like a, yeah, okay, accelerate.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster. Like if you're not expecting it, you're like, okay. It gives it like quite a bit of room
Yeah,
here.
well, I mean, honestly.
Like we've got someone could totally just.
But honestly, that's better safe
Look,
than sorry.
this lady wants to too.
Sorry, lady.